September 11th, 2018. Today, we're looking at the everyday holidays of I Want to Start My Own Business Day and National Emergency Responders Day. Coming up. Hi, and welcome to Joy in Celebrating, a place where we look at those everyday holidays and find joy in celebrating today. I want to start my own business day. So, do you remember way back in September 6th video about fighting procrastination and reading a book day? I've been procrastinating reading the E-Myth Revisited, why most small businesses don't work and what to do about it. But I can talk more about the specifics on that in September 11th video. And here we are. Not only do I want to start my own business, I already have. I recently just started Judge Marketing and Media. It's a social media marketing consulting business. When I was in college, I studied advertising, marketing, communications. And at that point, social media hadn't really taken off. But in the meantime, I've learned quite a bit about it, and I want to be able to help companies see what they can do to reach out to potential customers, grow a fan base, and really get a connection with people rather than, here's an ad on TV, you should come and like us. Follow us, we are awesome. You know, that kind of attitude, nobody likes it. So that's what I want to do with my Judge Marketing. The way I got the name for Judge Marketing is actually I took my initials, Jacob David Goldman, JDG, and put them together, and I realized at one point years ago that adding vowels turned it into Judge. National Emergency Responders Day. On this day, we often remember the terrorist attacks and the towers falling and those sorts of things. And I want to focus on the first responders. You know, they were the first ones there, they were in the buildings, they were trying to help people out, get through that chaos. But beyond New York, we have emergency first responders in our own community. We have brave police officers and firefighters and EMTs every day going out there trying to help their community. And I really wanted to do what I could today to highlight them and give them the thanks and the credit that they deserve.
First Responders Day, for my fellow first responders, thank you for having my back. Be safe out there.
This is Detective Martin, and he's from our local police department, and he was kind enough to come out and visit with us about Emergency Responders Day, about being a police officer, and of course he got to know the kids and spent some time talking with them. It was a great visit. Quick little heads up, you might want to turn on the closed captioning for this video. Detective Martin does have a little bit of an accent, and for me it was fairly easy to understand most of the time. And when you mix that together, especially with the noisy kids around dinner time with short attention spans, a loud purring cat, some other sounds that I may be forgetting about, it might just be easier to be able to see for sure what is being said. Detective Martin's perspective on what it's like to be a police officer, a first responder, working together as a team and being part of the community, I think is really important to understand. And now, back to our regularly scheduled video.
I couldn't hear what he said. I thought he was speaking a different English. I mean, a different language.
It's an accent, sweetheart.
I talk funny. I'm not from here.
Where are you from?
Uruguay.
What kinds of things did you have to do to become a police officer?
Well, the first one is I had to become a US citizen, which is the coolest thing I ever done. That was a lot of work. That was a lot of work, and I'm very proud of that. It's hard to relate with people that were born and raised here of how great this nation truly is. It's unbelievable. The United States is just it is amazing. When they say there's no better place on earth, they're right. I am so proud to be an American now. After I became a citizen, I was able to apply for the post which is the police academy. It stands for Police Officer Standard Training, and was accepted. So I went to the police academy, and it was 6 months long. Okay, I get to learn about the laws, the procedures, how to be an officer, how to drive a full cop car. Cop cars are actually really cool, aren't they?
Yeah.
I have an undercover car. It looks like a normal car, and then I turn on my lights and it becomes like a cop car.
Oh, sneaky.
What do you guys think Detective Martin might say if we ask him what his favorite part of being a police officer is?
What's your favorite part?
As corny as it may sound, the best part about being an officer is that you get to help people. I am proud of being a first responder. It's actually an honor to serve the community. It's not me trying to be cliche when I say that, but you do make a difference on people's lives, and it is something that you can physically see, and there's no way not to feel proud of it. Usually when first responders show up, it's because something has gone terribly wrong, and anything you can do to make that person's day better goes a long way. It is something you don't soon forget. When somebody's they had a car accident, and you show up, and to them it's the worst. I go to car accidents every single day, but to that person, that's a once in a lifetime event, and they lost a means of transportation. Even if they have good insurance, they still have to pay a deductible. You don't know if a loved one is sick or if they're short in cash or whatever it might be, and any support you give those people, to them, it makes a huge difference. It means everything to them, and how cool is it that I get to be a part of that? How cool is it that I get to make their days a little bit brighter?
Is there a difference in what Detective Martin and other police officers do as opposed to what people think they do?
My kids' friends, they tell me, you catch bad guys, and I have to remind them, yes, that is part of the job. The majority of the people I deal with, it's good people that something tragic happened to them, or good people that are just making bad choices for that particular time frame. And every other day they're really cool guys or girls, and there's only a few bad guys out there. It's not that kind of situation.
So what's something big that Detective Martin would want you to know about being a police officer?
We're normal people. The reality is there is nothing special about being a police officer. It's moms, dads, brothers, sisters. We are just like them. We are normal human beings. We have loved ones that care about us. We get scared. We feel joy. We feel happiness and sadness, and we sympathize with one another.
He did acknowledge that there's a slight difference, but that's pretty much summed up in this quote.
And I'm gonna quote, Spider-Man on this one: "With great power comes great responsibility." Right? That example about people being inclined to do something, that's the best example I can give you. If I see a house on fire, I'm just gonna look at it and be like, I'm not going there. That's where you have your firefighters. We all have that. At least I like to believe that we all have that innate feeling to helping others, and there's a little niche that we can all fulfill. I see our dispatchers, and I'm not kidding you. They're just sitting there. They have a headset. They have like 5 computer screens in front of them, and they just go back and forth from one. I couldn't do that. I would lose my mind. I'll be like a Looney Tune. So, but they're capable, and people just pick those things that they're capable of doing. It's a big family. Simply what it comes down to is we all play different roles. Firefighters have saved me more than once, and that's a cool thing. That's a perfect example of it's a group effort, and we all pull together. So being a first responder is a great honor. It's super cool. Just remember that they're there to help you out. Okay?
Okay.
They're just normal guys and girls trying to help their community, okay?
Okay.
One reason that this means so much to me personally is because my father worked as the public education specialist for the Salt Lake City Fire Department for 31 years. So growing up, not only did I learn a lot about fire prevention, but I also learned a lot about firefighters, EMTs, and police officers that are out in our community every day. So those are some of the things we're celebrating today. I'd like to thank Detective Martine again for taking the time to come visit with my family, help with this video, and also for the service that he does in the community. I'd also like to thank our firefighters, police officers, EMTs, emergency responders everywhere. Thank you for what you do. The world is a better place because of it. I know it can be hard at times, but thank you. Let's take time to find joy in celebrating today.